Yashica Minister Dad.
Hello and welcome to another episode on the Chris the Curious Dad channel. And today I have a Yashica Minister D 35mm rangefinder. I believe this was made in 1964 and it was given to me as a little gift. And it's a very nice little camera. It seems to have been stored for most of its life in an ever-ready case, which you would have seen at the beginning of this video. And as a result, it's in very good condition. And it works. Isn't that a lovely sound? So, this is the first Yashica I've actually owned. I've owned just about every other kind of camera, film camera that is. And it's the first time I've come across a camera with this kind of system here. I think it's called an SVL system, where you have this ring on the outside. And what you do is you have an uncoupled metering system. So the metering is independent of the functioning of the exposure. And what you do is you'd set your ASA rating up here. And what have we got on there now? Okay, we set that at 400 ASA. And what you do is, this button would originally have a little red dot on it, but you'd hold that down, and if you watch here, you'll see the needle move. Okay, hold it down tightly. It's flicking around a little bit, but anyway, and then you'd look at the number that it was resting on. In this case, what are we? Let's say we're on 15. And what you do is you turn this dial here until you got to 15. And you'd see that the exposure would change. It's all coupled together, but you can move them independently of each other. So if you wanted a desired shutter speed and aperture combination, you could do that. So you don't have to use this meter, obviously. You can just use a handheld meter, and then you can make your adjustments accordingly. Now, it's obviously going to be a slow enough process. So it's not like whipping out an iPhone and just pressing the button. You have to do a little bit of thinking. The focusing is with it has a kind of a double image inside, and you align the two images until they become one, and then that's your focus sorted. Let me see now. So you've got your battery compartment here, but you don't have to have a battery in it because the battery just powers the meter. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the shutter function, which is mechanical. So there was this cool little Yashica lens hood with this little leather case that obviously goes onto the strap, so you have it with you at all times. And this works basically just by tightening a screw that locks a band that kind of friction mounts it onto the front of the lens. Something else that came with it was the original instruction manual, which is being taped together, but still all there. Oh, the other thing that it came with was this Yashica lens cap, which pops on the front there. So what I'm going to do with this camera is I'm going to put a roll of film through it, and what do I have? I have a roll of Fujicolor 200 ASA 36 exposure. And we're on one and we're ready to go. So let's take this guy out and get some pictures with him.